I want to go back to what you said earlier on again, and also something that you picked up at the OneFile customer user conference last year. You spoke about some of the pressing challenges that are being faced by the independent training providers, the colleges, your customers. The landscape has changed. You've got the cost of living crisis. You've also got challenges in terms of talent, challenges in terms of retaining the learners, retaining their staff. And there's a raft of sort of these challenges. What's your sort of views in terms of some of the obstacles, the pain that the colleges are facing possibly, and also the independent training providers, and how do you see that, not necessarily as the MD of OneFile, but how do you pick that up, and what advice or encouragement would you give to anybody in our sector who might be feeling a little bit gloomy or
There is quite a lot of gloom around. I mean, it is a tough landscape out there. I won't lie. We've seen it, as you referenced before. Some big customers last year went out of business. Yeah. That is dreadful for the industry. No one wants to see that. Yeah. I think the economic landscape that every customer is living within is very difficult because it's a government-funded industry. If that funding does not increase, and yet the costs associated with the provision of that training increase, it's not sustainable in the long term. There's been many training providers who've decided that apprenticeships are not for them for that very reason, and they'll continue to do privately funded training, but not any of their government-funded training. And that's very, very sad because it's actually spoiling the very unique opportunity that the government has for the next generation of employees. It's letting young people, not just young people, but letting people down who would otherwise have a much stronger career opportunity than they would otherwise. So we are very conscious of that. We would encourage any training provider that's a customer of ours to talk to us if they're going through financial difficulties, because if there's any way we could support them and help them get through that difficult time, then I'd much rather do that than have them disappear altogether as a business. So I think we empathise, we understand, we appreciate that, and so anything that we can do to help that situation, we will take. I do think, however, that if as an organisation, if as an industry, we can improve the completion rates, that will help. I think, as I said earlier on in our conversation, that will help the training provider because they'll obviously have the funding for those students that then go on to complete that otherwise might have left. But it will also help their relationship with the employers. And I think it will help the employers because they will then have a student who has completed that apprenticeship and they will then get the benefits of that. So I think that for us is one of the key elements to the ongoing financial and economic success of this. And that financial benefit then has greater impact for the industry so that we have the workforce for the future that is better equipped and better able to then be successful in their chosen career.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.